guys, Ian here, and today I'm bringing you a very late episode of my subscriber feedback series, and we'll kind of jump straight in and generate, and hopefully my internet doesn't die. So we've got number 40, which is the last one. My internet's pretty bad here. You might not know where I am. I'm in Manchester at the moment. I got a job over summer, so I'm living here until September. Then I move back home and then pretty much to uni straight after. So it's a busy time, but a lot of fun. So we'll just kind of look over this again. Yeah, it's a Cinema 4D template, and it's pretty nice. Very clean, very simple. What I don't particularly like is the lighting on the sphere. It kind of, maybe it's just a specular settings, I'm not too sure, but it doesn't really, it just kind of looks very bland almost. You got some nice highlights on the text, but it looks very flat, not particularly interesting. I know it's a template, so it can be hard, but a little bit more work on the materials. And then you got these kind of platonic objects floating around, which is okay. But they seem kind of random. But it's quite nice, very simple. A bit of shape to kind of give a bit of movement. You got a kind of atmospheric flare going on here, which is okay. You might need to change your bit depth in After Effects to 16-bit and add a tiny bit of grain, and that will just get rid of a lot of this banding issue. That's what I do on my intros. It just helps a lot with all these kind of like giant lines, which you can see across here, which can kind of ruin the intro. But again, it's okay. You've done a nice job, I guess. Just a bit more work on kind of texturing, lighting would be good, and maybe kind of think of a different idea rather than these kind of spinning spheres. But overall pretty nice. Hopefully whoever won that is happy, or if it was a template, hopefully some people are using it. Next we have 13, so 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13. Have I done this one before? I'm not sure. I can't actually remember if I have. I have done that one before in one of the last episodes, so I won't do that one. We have 30, hopefully I haven't done this one. 8, 6, 4, 2. Right, so we have a theme of spinning platonic objects. I like how it comes in. This is really nice. The kind of twist, maybe a bit too much twitch and kind of overkill on the kind of glow, but really nice movement coming in. The twist adds to it quite nicely. It's a nice way to introduce the text as well, kind of over edit kind of style spinning, and it kind of works well, but you've just gone way too far with kind of flashing glows, twitches. It's just over the top basically, and these objects spinning, unnecessary and very random. I like the kind of, is it gonna play? Yeah, I like the lighting, the texturing's nice as well, but you've just gone way too over the top with effects. It's really unnecessary, and taking away to what could have been a really nice kind of clean intro. So great job on the parts you did well, but I'm afraid to say I don't like it just because it's over the top and yeah, a bit too crazy. So next we have 19, 5, 7, 9, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15, 17, 19. Okay, so this is a nice kind of scene. What would have been nice is if this wasn't so luminous, almost as if the lights in the place were being turned on. So it's really dark, and as the camera gets closer to it, it kind of lights up. The materials on this are really nice. Yeah, the reflections, really nice, kind of blurred reflections here as well. Not too sure about this kind of white specular hit on that, but really nice reflections here. Nice texturing on this as well. This final bit here could have been a little bit better. A camera move would have been really good, even if it was just kind of panning over the top. Just a slight bit of movement would have made this a lot better. And here you can see the texture is very, almost looks really tiled on this kind of circular metal bit. You got this really nice, really clean, metallic kind of matte finish here, which would have been really nice on this part as well. I like the hexagons, that works well. It's just that texture could have been changed to it as well. That's what I would have done anyway. And again, the camera move would have really finished this piece off. It's a nice way to get the text into place. The sound effects could do with a little bit of work. But yeah, pretty nice job overall. Just kind of change the texturing. The lighting's really nice except for this kind of line down the middle. I don't know if that was just because of the lights in the scene, but you could have changed the specular settings so that was a bit wider, just so it wasn't too obvious, or even lowered the specular settings so that wasn't so bright. But overall it is quite nice. It's a nice scene. What I would suggest is like here, you see it kind of speeds up. I would suggest turning all the keyframes to linear. With kind of mechanical intros, they do kind of like clunk around. The movements aren't really as smooth and fluid, so you kind of want that kind of jump kind of straight into kind of a linear speed all the way down, like constant speed. But yeah, really nice job. I see in your logo here you have this little kind of outline bit around the edge. I don't know. Yeah, just round the edge there, which would have been really nice on this as well. Just a kind of cutout. Would have looked good. And maybe a light kind of so it reflected, kind of a bit around as well. But overall, it's a nice scene. Just kind of work on camera moves and kind of just making sure the specular doesn't kind of ruin some of the textures. Next, we got 34. So 8, 6, 4. So first of all, I don't think this part's very necessary, and I don't really like the font on it. I guess it's an intro and outro, so I guess it is probably quite self-explanatory, so you don't really need that part. The movements are nice, it's just it's kind of like one after another. With kind of 2D, you kind of want to blend them all, so just before one finishes, the other one starts. Whereas this, it's kind of like it finishes, then the next one starts. Now the kind of wiggle here is nice, but I'm not too sure about the kind of drop shadow as well. What could have looked quite good here is the kind of infinite kind of shadow effect. So you have this kind of constant shadow going down. I don't know. I think it would have looked pretty cool. And then the outro again. I'm not a big fan of the font. Yeah, it's simple. You can't really read the text, which is a bit of a shame. The boxes could have been a little bit bigger. I don't know. This is kind of graphics work rather than motion graphics, so I guess it's only the intro part. So yeah, just kind of work on kind of smoothing everything out so it's not kind of linear. I know I told the one before to be linear, but kind of with 2D graphics, everything has to have a really nice fluid flow to it, and it just has to work. It's hard to get right. I can't really do it at all, so just kind of work on that part and you'll get there. It's not much to change, but it will be very kind of effective if you do. And finally we have 11, which 3, 5, 7, 9 is this one here. Okay, what I thought was going to happen was here, it would zoom out and this would be the logo, because it kind of looks like it is. If you just kind of zoomed out, and here just carried on zooming, kept it open and kind of just lit up this part of it as well, you could have had a really cool reveal there. I mean, I'm not saying it's not good, it is. I like the kind of flares, the tunnel, the motion blur works really well. Not too sure where that piece comes from. And you kind of got this kind of sudden camera movement, but yeah, it works pretty well. One thing is that you kind of really gone over the top with kind of like pulling the blacks out of the image. You can see like this is where it should kind of be black, and you got the letterbox which is solid black, and it's really far off, which kind of makes everything blend in with each other and you can't really see like the fine detail. And like one of the other intros, I would bump this up. It might look better in 720 actually. Yeah, it's a bit better, but again, bumping it up to either 16 or 32-bit, yeah, you can see quite a bit more detail. So yeah, like there, rather than it kind of just being like a hole in the floor, could have been really cool, having that being the logo. Kind of weird texture on there, which I guess works. Then you got these two circles up here, which I'm not too sure what they are. And then this is cool on its own, but it doesn't really fit in that well. I don't know whether you should have just thrown the text on, but this is a really nice intro. The tunnel's really cool. Maybe go easy on the glitch as well. It's nothing on one of the other ones in this, but again, you just got to be really careful with that. But yeah, the subtle flares are really nice. Works really well. But yeah, having seen it, I thought it was going to come into the logo. I thought it was going to be kind of crazy like that, but it works. Really nice intro. So thank you everyone for this very late episode. I've been really busy. I started a new job here, so haven't really had that much time to do design work lately. But hopefully you're sticking with me, watching videos, liking them, subscribing, all that. So yeah, submit a video to this if you want one reviewed. I would say next week, but who knows when I get a spare moment. So yeah, have a great day, and I'll see you later, guys.